Detectives confront a church secretary suspected of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from the church where she worked. They said she used it on cruises and spending sprees on Amazon and Walmart. I take you through the allegations made against Melissa English and the body camera footage of her arrest. Jeanette Levy. I don't know about you, but when I think about working at a church, it reminds me of my grandma. She was a church secretary for decades. She was devoted to the church, typing up the newsletter and printing Sunday bulletins, and she would never, ever steal. That wouldn't even cross her mind. But a church financial secretary in Florida is accused of stealing not just a little bit from the church where she worked, but a lot. Melissa English faces a grand theft charge. Detectives in Nassau County, which is north of Jacksonville, say English used her position as a church finance secretary to steal $570,000 from the church over 5 years. That is a lot of money, more than $500,000. The investigation into Melissa English started in November of 2024 when the pastor of Amelia Baptist Church contacted the Nassau County Sheriff's Office and said a new accountant noticed some major issues with the church's books. An affidavit claims that the pastor and the accountants confronted English, and she admitted to using her church credit card to pay for $300,000 in personal expenses. Here's a sample. The affidavit states, in 2019, English made a total of $2,954.07 in unauthorized and fraudulent transactions using the church's credit card. In addition to these fraudulent charges, English also used the church's account to make payments totaling $33,037.47 toward her own personal credit cards. Furthermore, she issued herself additional payroll payments through the church amounting to $3,925.29. Altogether, English embezzled a total of $39,916.83 from the church in 2019. Now, in 2020, detectives say the amount that English stole increased. The affidavit says, in 2020, English made a total of $21,682.91 in unauthorized and fraudulent transactions using the church's credit card. In addition to these fraudulent charges, English also used the church's account to make payments totaling $48,651.76 toward her own personal credit cards. Furthermore, she issued herself additional payroll payments through the church amounting to $17,912.46. Altogether, English embezzled a total of $88,247.13 from the church in 2020. Now, in 2021, investigators appear to think that English became more bold, using church money to pay for clothes and vacations. The affidavit says, in 2021, English made a total of $26,811.50 in unauthorized and fraudulent transactions using the church's credit card. These transactions included charges to companies such as Amazon, Amir Tires, SeaWorld, Geico, Hey Dude Shoes, Southwest Airlines, Hyatt Orlando, Nu Skin /Farmax, Topgolf Jacksonville, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Thrifty Rent-A-Car, and a helicopter flight over the Grand Canyon. In addition to these fraudulent charges, English also used the church's account to make payments totaling $60,612.32 toward her own personal credit cards. Furthermore, she issued herself additional payroll payments through the church amounting to $14,691.17. Altogether, English embezzled a total of $102,114.99 from the church in 2021.
This is a Law and Crime Legal Alert. Did you know that children are being diagnosed with serious conditions like type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and research is potentially linking ultra-processed foods to these outcomes? Morgan & Morgan is stepping in to fight to hold food companies accountable. With decades of experience fighting large corporations, they are ready to stand up for families who deserve justice. If your child under 21 has been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes or fatty liver disease, visit www.forthepeople.com/food or scan the QR code on your screen to learn more.
Now, there's even more as far as Melissa English's alleged spending with the church money goes, and I'll tell you more about it later on. But first, let's get to the body camera footage of English's arrest. Baker County Sheriff's deputies went to a house to arrest English.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Are you the owner of this house?
It's my son-in-law. Him and his wife are inside. They have a baby.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good,
We're
how are
looking
you?
for a Melissa English.
For?
She's got a warrant out of Nassau County.
Okay.
She here?
Um,
She just need to go see a judge.
So she's been on the phone with the guy.
yeah, she already has a thing scheduled for tomorrow morning.
At 9 a.m. There's been a detective
Yes.
in Nassau County.
The lead detective on the case.
If they called us to get hold of
Yeah, that's fine.
She's already got a hold of them. So can y'all call and confirm that, please?
they called us to come
No,
get her.
Y'all want, they want y'all to take her?
Correct.
Can I ask when this happened?
It happened 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Are y'all able to call the lead investigator?
We have a warrant signed by a judge. We have to take her in. Otherwise, I can't provide for myself.
No.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to understand what's
Let
happening.
me,
So, right there, the homeowner is questioning why the deputies are there to arrest English because she has an appointment set up for the very next morning to surrender herself. But the deputy basically tells the woman they were instructed to pick up English. Then they set out to find her on the property.
I just have a question real quick. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. If they said, hey, you can turn yourself in at this time, why is it no longer being abided by? Does that make sense?
You gotta imagine. So many people have told
I
us,
get it.
hey, we'll meet you there tomorrow. And they're in Tallahassee, going
Yep.
west.
Yep.
Like that.
can I handle it?
Yeah. Where's
No.
she at?
Well, no. They can stay here. You go handle it.
y'all come on.
No. Hold on. I have to. This is my husband's property. Can I just talk to him real quick, please? That back half's not ours.
Where is she?
She's just outside. I'm just confused why lead investigator said.
that's fine.
I don't
Can
know
I-
how
can I
this
go
works.
talk
Does
to
that
her?
make sense? I mean, look at me. I
So
have
she's
no
gonna
idea.
have to go to our sheriff's office. She'll get transferred to Nassau County tomorrow.
Okay.
She'll see a judge. She'll talk to the investigator. The investigator might come to us, but they're requesting us to come pick her up.
Guys, welcome.
Said that she was here.
All right.
I guess.
Can y'all walk with me?
Well, hold on. I just have a question real quick. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. If they said, hey, you can turn yourself in at this time, why is it no longer being abided by? Does that make sense?
That is weird.
You gotta imagine. So many people have told
I
us,
get it.
hey, we'll meet you there tomorrow, and they're in Tallahassee, going
Yep.
west on I-10.
Can I handle it?
Yeah.
All right.
Where's
No,
she at?
just go with me.
Well, no. They can stay here. You go handle it.
y'all come on.
No. Hold on. I have to. This is my husband's property. Can I just talk to him real quick, please? That back half's not ours.
Where is she?
She's just outside. I can.
She just ran inside when the cop came
No,
out.
that was me.
That was-
That was
Oh,
me.
that was you.
This is my house.
Okay.
When I see cops pulling up, it's a bit.
Despite the homeowner's resistance, they agree to escort the officers to the building where Melissa is hanging out.
So she's back here?
Yeah, there's a cookhouse and all back there. So, not like Swarmer. She's.
Huh? I'm just gonna talk to her.
No, not you. Tomorrow. Like,
Nice little hangout spot.
yeah, it's not bad.
Is there another door on the back?
There's not.
Okay.
Melissa, do you have your ID on you, buddy?
Why did they say I could just come in the morning?
So 27 Georgia.
Well, they asked for us to come pick you up. You gotta imagine from our tomorrow, and then they let's start.
Can we do this? Like, and I don't know if we can or not. Can we, y'all follow or whatever? Can we take her to Nassau now so there's not a transport deal for her? No.
She can, if she was going to bond out tomorrow, is to my
That
understanding,
was that was the
she
idea.
could still bond out
Okay.
with us.
Do I need to let the bail bondsman know that I'm now in Baker County?
You can if you're going
Can
to
she call bonds, please?
Here.
Y'all
Tiffany.
save all the phone numbers. Just attorney, bondsman, whatever.
Watson is the detective.
Okay.
So,
appreciate you guys helping us out.
Yeah.
While we're out here.
We'll help out as much as possible, but there's only so much we can do. So.
I've had like one speeding ticket. I've never been in any kind of trouble, so.
The deputies explained to Melissa English that she may be processed and released after posting bail. She may not even have to change into a jail jumpsuit. But her family, they still have a lot of questions.
How is there a bond if she hasn't went to court?
They still preset bonds.
It's a preset bond.
Yeah, it all depends on the charges
It
and
all
all
depends
that.
on the charges you get.
Or was a bond set by a judge at the time?
It was a bond set by the judge at the time that this all happened.
So when we get warrants signed, sometimes they say no bond or
says she was here, and if she has a warrant, they have the right to come get her. It doesn't matter. I know. Okay, let me call you back. Bye.
Does she think arguing is helping anything right now?
No, she's just confused. She said, well, she had a thing for tomorrow, and I said, I know, it doesn't matter.
and
We do understand that. However, if we get a call and we make contact with the individual who has the warrant, we can't walk away.
yeah.
That's the only thing.
That and like I said, when they told us, it wasn't like she has a meeting at 9 a.m. Just want to confirm. It was, you're potentially here. Please go check.
Then Melissa English tells the deputies she is not one bit happy that her face was blasted all over the sheriff's office Facebook page on a wanted poster.
When they told us, it wasn't like she has a meeting at 9 a.m. Just want to confirm. It was, you're potentially here. Please go check.
That's kind of my dumb thought because I've never been in trouble before, and I told the lady where I was when I saw the poster of myself. The photos of my daughter's face.
Hello.
10-4. I'll have her 10-15.
The Facebook thing's crazy.
Take
Like if we
your
were
photos.
like literally like Bonnie and Clyde, wouldn't we have seen the Facebook thing and then just called us? Like we would have gotten caught,
I got them all.
but like wouldn't you have just showed up at the house and taken her to jail? Like you knew her address, you knew where she lived. Like the Facebook thing's crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
And no one contacted me. Like,
So there was like on the sheriff's office page, they put the wanted thing out.
that's how I found out.
Oh,
Yeah, I got on Facebook just hanging out here with her earlier and saw my face on a wanted poster. And like, so I called
So
the
there's like
number
a
and said,
$3,000 thing. So we've
But
been here
Nassau
because
can't come here.
people have been at our house.
right, but
They're taking pictures of
But
posting
you could.
online.
So we live in Camden
I live in
County.
Camden County. Yeah.
So like they couldn't have called the sheriff's office in Camden County and just said, "Here's where she lives."
They could have.
That's crazy. The Facebook thing's crazy.
So now-
Cameron probably could already been out to your house. I don't
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I was there until just when I came here, but the crazy thing is now all these crazy people think they're gonna get $3,000 reward because I'm on the run or something, and they're like sending pictures of my house like on all these rants and race pages and stuff. Like I have children. Nobody thinks about that. Like I'm not some horrible evil person that deserves to be like lynch mobbed, you know? Like my children damn sure don't.
I can only speak about like what we do for Baker, and usually if we do anything on our Facebook, it's usually reaching out to try to identify somebody.
We don't.
It posted it said wanted, like there's a
Most
$3,000
wanted.
reward. I'm like,
Not just wanted. It says
I'm like,
most wanted.
how about try contacting me first? I would have gladly come in rather than have this.
Melissa English eventually agrees to go with the deputies, and they don't even put her in handcuffs. She's pretty lucky.
And if you remain cool, calm, and collective, we won't cuff you up and all that
Thanks, I'm
stuff.
claustrophobic as hell.
Especially in front of kids, we try not to do that. Unless you make us.
3-year-old, almost 1-year-old, but the 8-year-old knows a lot.
So here, Melissa is taken into custody.
You still have your ID on you?
I do, it's in my pocket.
All right, that's the only thing. You just have to leave the chapstick. Just
Yeah.
out of the reach of the kids.
I'm gonna die without
Yeah,
chapstick.
I'm reaching the kids.
And you'll go with the step to your right.
You're good.
You're good. You're good.
You will have zero problems. I'm claustrophobic.
Let her have a seat. We're good.
Oh, you're good.
We're good.
Okay, got my bag.
Just please stay on the bail bonds. It's in my text.
Okay.
I can't, they're taking her.
Hey, we'll be on.
100,000, 10,000, 10%. Can I hug her real quick? Yeah.
So let's get back to more of what detectives say Melissa English stole from the church. Earlier, we left off at 2021, but detectives say in 2022, English used church money to buy things at Walmart, Amazon, Progressive Insurance, and Airbnb, Carnival Cruise Lines, Courtyard by Marriott, and concert tickets. In addition to these fraudulent charges, English also used the church's account to make payments totaling $99,876.05 toward her personal credit cards. Furthermore, she issued herself additional payroll payments through the church amounting to $1,666.67. Altogether, English embezzled a total of $124,922.34 from the church in 2022. Now, the following year, the detectives say the amount was around the same. Detectives wrote, English made a total of $11,738.86 in unauthorized and fraudulent transactions using the church's credit card. These transactions included charges to companies such as Amazon, Georgia Power, Venmo, Hampton Inn, Progressive Insurance, and Walmart. In addition to these fraudulent charges, English also used the church's account to make payments totaling $112,072.03 toward her own personal credit cards. Altogether, English embezzled a total of $123,810.89 from the church in 2023. And finally, in 2024, detectives said that English made a total of $35,213 in unauthorized and fraudulent transactions using the church's credit card. These transactions included charges to companies such as Amazon, Progressive Insurance, Georgia Power, Hilton Garden Inn, Residence Inn, United Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Colorado Rockies Tickets, Major League Baseball, Cash App, and Carnival Cruise Lines. In addition to these fraudulent charges, English also used the church's account to make payments totaling $49,023.58 toward her own personal credit cards. Furthermore, she issued herself additional payroll payments through the church amounting to $7,696.76. Altogether, English embezzled a total of $91,933.40 from the church in 2024. Now, back in 2015, English had actually launched a GoFundMe to go on a church mission trip to New York. Now, there wasn't anything illegal about that. Melissa English was booked into the Baker County Jail and released just 2 hours later when she posted her $100,000 bond. This happened after her arrest. She has since pleaded not guilty, and according to the court docket, last month a judge ordered that her GPS monitoring be removed as a condition of her bail. Melissa English is due in court later this month for a pretrial hearing. And that's it for this episode.